Hello and welcome to our show 60 Seconds with Sergio. I am your host Sergio Cabanas, attorney at law here in Florida. Thank you for joining me today. Today's question is, Sergio, how does the divorce process work in Florida? The best way of answering that question is by first examining the marriage relationship itself from a legal perspective. I understand a lot of people view marriage from an emotional, psychological, or even a religious perspective where two individuals commit to having a relationship forever. However, we cannot overlook the fact that the marriage creates a legal relationship, often considered to be a legal contract, that gives individuals rights regarding the other spouse that others that are outside the marriage do not share. These rights can include, for example, ownership rights over assets that are acquired during the marriage, also decision-making authority over the other's medical care under certain circumstances. There are other laws that apply that would give the spouses tax benefits that others do not share. These rights could also include the right to inherit assets belonging to the other spouse, and the list goes on. The only way to terminate this legal relationship, this legal contract, is by going through a divorce process in a court of law, which is known officially as the dissolution of marriage. This process officially begins with the filing of a petition with the local county court here in Florida, requesting the termination of the marriage through a final judgment that only a judge can sign off on. In summary, the process will also involve the exchange of financial information between the spouses. Each spouse will complete a financial form providing basic financial information, such as their respective incomes, assets, expenses, debts, etc. As we review the finances, we determine which assets are marital, which will then be subject to division between the spouses in a divorce, and those assets will be considered non-marital, which are assets that will remain separate. If there are minor children from the marriage, the parties will also negotiate the issues relating to the children, such as parental responsibility, time sharing, and child support. Finally, we'll review any other issues that may be applicable in your case, such as the spouse's eligibility for alimony or the recovery of attorney's fees, depending on the circumstances of the case. Hopefully, the parties will be able to reach some type of settlement agreement, either by directly negotiating with one another or going through a mediation. In a mediation, the parties will actually sit down with an independent third party known as a mediator, who can then review the specifics of the case and try to reach an agreement. If an agreement is reached through these negotiation efforts, then we would document everything carefully in a marital settlement agreement, which will be presented to the judge, and the judge will then enter a final judgment based on that agreement. That will finalize your divorce once and for all. Most cases are actually resolved in this way. On the other hand, if the parties are not able to reach an agreement, then we would have to go to a trial where the judge will make a decision relating to all of the issues I just discussed. The judge will then enter a final judgment that would finalize the divorce based on his or her findings. I hope this short video provided you with at least some guidance regarding the legal divorce process here in Florida. Thank you again for joining me today, and as always, stay informed so you can stay strong.